This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Entertainment Hour here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm your host, Dragon Viper, and then my co-host next to me is Chris P. Bacon. How you doing, Chris?
I am doing good. Glad to be back in, for another week, and I think everybody's going to like the show.
I certainly hope so. Now that we're able to share it on Facebook, this week. So,
yeah. Right.
Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do what we usually do every week, and we're going to start off with the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network shows during the week. So go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. So Entertainment Hours tonight. We also have Morning Tailgate on Sunday and Between the Ropes on Sunday. Monday is C2C at night. Tuesday is C2C Rankum. Wednesday Sports Minute. And then you have Thursdays Kicking It. That's pretty much the shows we have. I think I'm missing a few, but I think these are the ones we have going right now.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And, and football season's coming to an end soon, in February. Next month is Super Bowl. So I'm sure there's going to be some sports shows that are going to be, changed again. So, but all right. Well, I do appreciate that. To start off, we're going to start with, we don't talk about really politics on here because that's just something we don't do usually. But, I am going to mention that it was overlooked, I guess, I want to say a couple weeks ago about Jimmy Carter passing away. He was the 39th president of the United States, and he was the oldest living president in history, and no one has ever reached 100 years old as a president of the United States. So, and I just I know it's not really entertainment, but I wanted to bring that up. He was born October 1st of 1924, and passed away December 29th of 24 at 100. So, and then I did write down the top 5 oldest now that Jimmy Carter has passed. We have Biden at 82, Trump at age 78, Obama at age 63, George W. Bush at age 78, and Clinton age 78. So I'm not going to touch much on this because of the fact, again, it is politics. We don't really talk politics on here. But
I think it's different when it comes to like deaths and stuff like that. I don't think it really matters on the political.
Yeah, I was going to say I found it historical that that he lived that long and everything else. So anyway,
and I do want to mention one thing. We were doing the our shows, and there's going to be an interview with a Minnesota arena football team that's starting up this fall. I can pull up the advertisement for that at the end, but That is going
Yeah.
to be Tuesday at 1:00 Central.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever you want to go ahead and pull that up, just let me know, and we can
Okay.
do that. And so anyway, that's pretty much enough of that. But I just wanted to bring that up. It's historical.
Yeah.
It was a big thing. So I brought that up for that reason. And now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to James, I'm what was it?
He
Oh,
said
let
he's
me
going to be on in just a minute. So,
Okay. But I'm hosting today, so we're doing things a little bit different than what we usually do when James hosts. So, and then before I move on, though, we have some comments here. Brandon says, "What's up, Chris Mabry?" He says, "Hey, Dragon Viper, loved your wrestling award you gave last week on Between the Ropes." Well, it's funny because I wasn't even on there, so I mean, so he wouldn't have he wouldn't have liked my choices anyway. So, and then he says, "Christopher Mabry, don't forget the interview which you announced." Then he said, "Dragon Viper is not
yep.
just five oldest living." So anyway, moving on. My mom Jean Carlson says, "Hi guys, hi mom, good to see you on here."
Hello.
Anyway, so again, I'm the host, so we're doing it, this way. So we're doing Where Are They Now? With Married with Children. Some of the stars from Married with Children. The show ran from 1987 to 1997, and which I'm surprised. I thought it ran longer than that, but I guess it was only 10 years. And then we have, actor Ed O'Neill, who was known as Al Bundy. He's 78 now, but he was what he's doing now. He's into doing a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Back in December of 07, he received his black belt, which he was excited for. And then he got his Doctor of
He did
Arts.
Modern Family.
Yeah, degree from Youngstown State University. He is still acting. He is in Modern Family. I have not seen it. I don't know. I mean,
He was good.
I just know of him as Al Bundy. I don't know how I would react to seeing him on another show. So I haven't tried it yet. So I mean, maybe down the line I'll have to see it. But I can't really say much because the next person is Katie Seagal, who was Peggy Bundy, which is 70. She was in Sons of Anarchy, and honestly, I thought she did a better job in Sons of Anarchy than she did in Married with Children. But that's personally my opinion. I could see Katie Seagal as the tough woman and everything else, and kind of darkish. But when she was Peggy Bundy on Married with Children, that it was kind of irritating. But she is still acting, and she does co-host a podcast with Kurt Sutter, who was the creator of Sons of Anarchy. So I mean that kind of makes sense. And then we have Christina Applegate, who is Kelly Bundy. She's 53 now, and she pretty much co-hosts and advocates for multiple MS, multiple sclerosis, and or the awareness for it. She was diagnosed with it in 2021. She had she had symptoms 6 to 7 years before the diagnosis even showed up. And she did retire from acting. I thought the new National Lampoon's Vacation, titled just Vacation, pretty much. I thought that was her last acting gig, but I don't remember the recent or the last movie she was in. But that was her last, job as an actress. So she's pretty much now just retired, taking care of herself, and she said she can't handle the pressures of acting anymore because of it. So
I can see that. Yeah.
yeah. And then going on to the brother, David Faustino, who was Bud Bundy. He is now 50 years old. The only thing I got was the fact that he's still acting and he does voice acting now. So he's definitely, and he also DJs when he has his time off on Dash Radio. So if I don't know what Dash Radio is, but if you listen to I'm assuming it's on XM Radio and along those lines, but he DJs on there now. But yeah, he does voiceover work and voice acting and stuff, so he's definitely still going. And then we have the neighbor, Marcy Darcy, who's played by Amanda, and I have a trouble saying her name, but Bierce. But anyway, she's 66. She's still acting to this day.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I've heard it before, but I have a hard time. I believe that's what it is, though, is Bierce. She still acts. She directs now, and she is a supporter for the orthopedic, I don't know, Institute for Children.
Orthopedic.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, for children, which is initialed OIC. So she's a big support for that. And then we have Ted McGinley, who played Jefferson Darcy. He's now 66. The only thing I saw on him was he's still acting. And then David Garrison, who played the ex-husband for Marcy Darcy, Steve Rhodes. He's still acting on TV and he's doing stage acting. I guess he's recorded songs for stage theater, and he graduated from Boston University School of Theater Arts. So he's still active in the acting community. And that's pretty much all I have for Where Are They Now? And looks like we got James on here, or loading up at least. Hey James, how's it going?
Hey, I'm happy to be here and happy to join when I can. On with the show, I guess. It's the old way of how the show used to be done, with you on the hosting duties, I guess.
Yeah, well, we didn't know if you were, going to be on or anything from the way it sounded, so
Yeah.
But anyways, and then we have comments. Sarah says, MS is hard. The issue is doctors won't listen to women when it comes to our health problems. So,
or sometimes just in general, they don't really.
Yeah. So, and then I'm adding this on. It was a spur of the moment thing. When I made this list of topics, it was a spur of the moment thing. I had to add it just to see how this goes. But celebrity facts. I every once in a while we talk about this person missed an audition and they're kicking themselves for it. All these different facts. Well, I figured I'd throw this in and see how this works. But we are talking about Jason Momoa. I got a few facts about him. let's see. So November 15th, 2008, he was slashed in the face with a broken beer glass at the Birds Cafe in Hollywood. He ended up receiving 140 stitches during reconstructive surgery, which resulted in the scar that's on his left eyebrow. So if you see a picture of him and he's got that scar, that's what happened. The guy who did it was convicted of the crime and ended up going and spending a 5 years prison sentence for doing it.
Oh wow!
And then this one I enjoyed. This one was funny. This fact, he told a friend that when he starred in Conan the Barbarian, I believe it was 2011 or something. I don't remember the exact year.
I remember the show a little bit. I didn't watch it all, but
Well, yeah, it's the recent remake of the movie, and
okay.
so he told a friend of his that he thinks that Conan would look better with a broken nose. So his friend decided, just instantly punch him in the face and broke his nose. So it's like, you definitely got to watch what you say around your friends sometimes. But, and then the last thing that I have for him is in Polynesian, the word Momoa means dry. So Jason Dry. So I thought that was kind of interesting too.
Okay.
But
Wow.
and, that's all I've got for him
Yeah.
on that. What's up? Am I delaying or?
No, you're good.
Okay. And then that's all the facts I have about Jason Momoa. Now, my question to you guys, and James, I don't know if you saw this, if you had time to see this, but what TV show would you have liked to have been on, and what character would you have been on that show? James.
Oh man. Probably the host of what do you call it? Late night. But it'd be
like
my
one
own
of the late
name.
night shows.
Yeah, but like in the 80s or 90s.
Like Johnny Carson or Jay Leno or
Definitely
David
something like
Letterman.
that, like Letterman, and more. I'd have a combination of like Letterman, Arsenio, and Leno. I would try to do like all three somehow, and it would be my style.
Segments of each.
Yeah, just how fun it was. A long time ago, I used to have an admiration for Jimmy Fallon. Then I realized how fake he was, and I can't stand him now. Because I used to watch his interviews, and he would interrupt all the guests all the damn time, and it would get so annoying. All that. Oh yeah. So did it, and I would never interrupt the guest or whatever, and he would just do that, and that's just. But I loved him on SNL. I loved how he would, break character in sketches. But I don't know. You grow up and you realize, well, that guy just plain out sucks. No, but yeah, I would have been a late night talk show host, and I would have just been an assortment of people that I grew up watching. So, what do you call that disorder where you're like different people? I forgot.
multiple personality disorder.
I have that now, so I think it would have been great now. And back then, it would have been great to have that.
Leno seems like when he interviews people, he seems disinterested. I don't know.
It depends who it is. Like, if it's not something he's interested in, like music or singing,
Right.
That's all I could get from it. After a while, stopped watching, of course. And everything else has turned a different way in all the other late night shows, so I can't get a grasp of it, and I won't. It's just not acceptable to me.
That's what
All right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, James. Especially being the few different late night show guys. I mean, they had their own segments, and some of them were pretty good. So, what about you, Chris?
I'm just gonna kind of bounce off what James was saying, but I don't know if I just make it my own or just use something from one of them, but probably something in the late night or maybe stand up. I don't know.
I have so much more to. Like I always wanted to do like a Chappelle show, but my style of comedy. And then, oh God, I would have loved something like that, a variety show, like Cedric the Entertainer. He can't dance or sing, but he had one, and like Steve Harvey won't dance or anything like that.
But he had a talk show.
Yeah, that thing is going crazy.
Well,
what else?
He had like a TV show,
right, where he stole it from somebody else. One more thing. I would like to. Okay, Randy, we were talking about the dumb. Was it the nephew or cousin in Step by Step?
Yeah,
I would play that guy.
Yeah, it was the cousin.
I would be that guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
dude. Yeah, no, I think that's a good one too, because I like that show, and I wanted to be Cody, growing up.
That's his name.
And then it ended up being, I think my older brother was kind of, him, but and then mine would either be Boy Meets World. I would have liked to have been on that show and this is kind of strange, but a mixture of Corey, Sean, and Eric, because I feel that I have a personality of all three of them combined in one. So, and then having to push their name into one, so it would be Korshik, Corey, Sean, Eric, so. So it would either be that, or I would have been on Sons of Anarchy as Jax Teller. So, but yeah, that would have been my thing. All right, and then we are going to your favorite, James, your favorite topic, and I think Chris's too. But celebrity birthdays.
There we go.
So, first off, we have Rod Stewart.
Oh my
Everybody
God!
knows who Rod Stewart is.
Damn.
Yeah. I think I'm just playing. I do.
By the way, South Park just like dumped on him years ago, and it was funny. I think he's, oh God, he's got to be 80, 82.
83.
James was closer, actually, and it's one of my mom's favorite singers of all time, and she's going to disagree here in a second. No, he's turning 80 today. So James was closer.
There's like 6 of his songs I really like.
And then everybody knows this singer too, Pat Benatar.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
74.
72.
Chris got it with 72.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, she's definitely getting up there in age.
I like all of her songs too. Wow.
And then I know Mom knows who this person is. I believe she knows the group, but Steely Dan. The singer of Steely Dan, Donald Fagen.
Oh, he went solo too. 78.
76.
You both were close. 77.
No.
So yeah, you both were close on that one. And then we have the voice actor for the Sonic video games from
Oh,
Sega, Ryan
I'm just kidding.
Ryan Drummond.
I saw him the other day, but I didn't pay attention to the video. Oh goodness. 73.
75.
Both of you are off. 52.
Sorry.
So, and then we have I don't know if you guys watched Twilight. I didn't, but I did this guy because I figured one of you guys did. Paul.
I was forced to twice in the first one.
Paul in Twilight. Alex Mraz.
I don't even know who that was.
Yeah, I don't either.
But he was Paul in Twilight.
My girlfriend was like, "Hey, come see the movie with me, and then come see it with other people." And I was like, "Okay, I bet I get something out of it." I think I did. I can't remember. 37.
38.
Chris was closer, 40. And then we have Terry Snell, who was Aunt Leslie in the Home Alone.
I thought you were going to say Harry Styles. I thought you were going to say. Wait, what?
The aunt in Home Alone. I don't even remember
Aunt Leslie.
her. 84. I have no idea. I'm probably off.
85.
81.
Oh, okay.
So you were close. And then we have a couple wrestlers here. Chris, Tamina Snuka.
Okay.
What you call me?
Jimmy Snuka's
I'd
daughter.
say 47.
42. I have
I'm
no
going to say in
idea.
the 40s. I don't know.
Chris got it right with 47.
Sure.
She's 47.
Okay, I didn't know it was her birthday this week. So.
Oh, okay.
And then Buff Bagwell.
I know Jeff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell used to wrestle
70?
in WCW in the 90s.
62.
I'm going to say 70.
Ouch. 55.
Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe I was thinking of somebody else. I don't know.
And then everybody knows this boxer. He is famous worldwide. George Foreman.
Muhammad Ali.
Jeez.
I hope I don't mess this up. My uncle will be mad.
Ooh. Probably 74.
I'm going to say 75.
Chris is closer. 76.
Yeah,
my uncle used to box with him.
Wow.
Like expeditions and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. And then I wrote this down just because he's known. I mean, he passed away in 2009, but I wrote this guy down, saying that it's his birthday today because it is. Roy E. Disney, who is the nephew of Walt Disney. So it was supposed to be his birthday today if he hadn't have passed away.
I just want to. Wow. Okay.
So I just wanted to, make an announcement on that one. And then for tomorrow, we have Mary J. Blige.
Oh my God, she's Oh, I saw her the other day. She has a new song out too. Goodness. 57.
58.
Actually 54.
Okay, good. All right.
And then we have Devin Rattray, who was Buzz in Home Alone.
When you said Buzz, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, Buzz. The
That's not
brother.
right. That's not right.
He was the guy with the buzz cut, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the redheaded
Okay.
buzz cut. Yeah, the jerk to Macaulay Culkin.
Probably like
Kevin, what'd you do to my room?
that movie came out what 94, so probably oh god 52.
$53.
Nope. Actually, he's younger. He's 48.
Damn it.
He'll be 48. And then we have the director for Full House and Family Matters, Joel Zwick.
Trying to remember that name on the shows. On
Yeah,
the
I
credits.
know.
I don't.
On the credits.
77.
76.
Nope. 83.
Yeah, they're getting up there.
Then we have, and I don't know if you guys watched Little House on the Prairie. I didn't, so I don't know who this person is, but
My mom did.
I
heard
know
of
my
it
mom
somewhere.
did. But we have the blacksmith, John Carter from Little House on the Prairie. His real name is Stan Ivar.
81.
80.
James was closer. He's actually turning 82. So didn't even know who that was. And then I don't know if you guys have watched High School Musical.
No.
I mean, no.
Once,
Once.
I think.
There's a Ms. Darbus. I'm assuming is a teacher played by Allison Reed.
Oh my. Probably 52.
53.
Not even close. Older than that. 67.
You know, I'm getting confused with Jane Lynch, but that was Glee.
Yeah. And then I know you probably won't, James, but Chris will, because it's another wrestler. Abdullah the Butcher. He was a hardcore wrestler. He, literally cut people's foreheads open in wrestling. Yeah, he was real hardcore. And
I've heard that.
he is the inspiration to Sabu and Rob Van Dam.
Wow. No idea.
Didn't he go up and do the Manimal Claw?
No, but he did take people's foreheads and use cheese graters and everything else. He was a pretty big guy.
I don't know. I'm going to say 70. I really don't know.
James?
74.
Actually, 84.
Okay.
So,
So I go over or do I go under?
He just sounds like someone older, and I should have went older because that name wouldn't be acceptable.
Then we have the drummer for Nick Fogarty and Art Garfunkel. Nick Vincent. I'm not sure if you guys know who they are, but
I know John Fogerty, but Simon Garfunkel or whatever. No idea. 75.
How did you say?
84.
86.
actually, both of you are off. It's 67.
Nope.
Then we have the guitarist for No Doubt, Tom Dumont.
Oh, that's one shirt I have to get. If Gwen is 55, do I go higher or a bit lower? No, I'm gonna say 55. I think they graduated all in the same year in '86. Yeah, I'm going 55.
Wow, pay much attention to Gwen there.
I love I grew learning about the band and like realizing they were from Orange County, and I was like, hell yeah! And I would learn all about them. They once had like 12 people in their band. It's like, what? Wow.
Chris.
How old did you say, James?
4.
4.
No, 57. 57.
I'm
I
gonna
said
say
55.
58. Okay, I'm gonna go
57 is the age.
Oh, so he's a little bit older.
You said 55, the same as
I
Gwen.
did. 'Cause I thought, oh yeah, they went to school together, so they happen to be the same grade. But
And then this is more for Mom because I know she's watching this. Mom said 157.
57. If you add both up.
But this is more towards Mom because it's in her era. Because she is from the anyway. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble here. Anyway, the guitarist for the Mamas and Papas, Lee Ratnor.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky's orange. Not our skies, but up there. They're probably like 20 something in 1966, like early 20s. So add 60, so 80. I'm gonna say 84.
85.
Not even close. Actually, younger. 73.
I'm shocked by that.
And then we have the guitarist for the Bangles, Vicky Peterson.
I like all of them, or when they were. 61.
60.
No, 67.
Is she the tall one?
She's the guitarist, so I mean,
like there was a tall blonde one. And then the little girl is what's her name? She sings. Never mind, I don't know.
All right, and then moving on, we have our 10 or less. I don't know if you guys did your list or not.
I can think of 10.
Well, we have first one we've got is TV shows you wished would have continued that didn't get canceled.
And
go ahead, James.
Probably just the way the Sopranos ended. You would have liked to seen like how they all like grew up or whatever. I know there was a movie though, I think that kind of it went back in time. It didn't go forward. The OC, I kind of wanted to see if how they were after high school, or if they ended up on the street like Ryan did. So I got to get back to watching that. For some reason I watched that back in the day. I don't know why. Oh goodness. The Carmichael Show. It was a young black comedian. I think David Allen Greer was the father. It was just a real funny show on NBC. It kind of reminded me of Seinfeld, but a black guy. And I really liked it. And it was only for like 1 year or so, one season. The same with and Craig Robinson was a school teacher, but I can't remember what the show was called. But I really liked that one as well. Oh goodness. Mom is off, right? So I'll put Mom there just to see.
Oh, I haven't seen Mom in forever. That would be a
Yeah.
good reboot.
To see how the kids grew up. You know, the kid grew up
Yeah.
or whatever, the daughter or whatever.
It was
I mean,
funny,
she kind
too.
of was already.
Yeah. But they didn't have to write her off the show, though.
True.
I don't know why they did, but I can't remember.
Oh man. Honestly, that's all I could think. Well, TV shows. You know, now I can't say because they all had like different spin-offs. So I can't say Flavor of Love because there was I Love New York, and then there was, the other one. So I can't say that, but yeah. Probably 106 in Park, Rap City, those are BET shows that really displayed music. I think if those two shows were around, I think it would have been better, but there's nothing like that anymore. Oh, let's see. After that, it's like all the sitcoms that I watched. I would just say, hey, what happened to all those little kids from Step by Step? I would probably have something like that. God, I wish there was one I could think of that was like action packed, like a cop show or something like that. But Law and Order is still going, or SVU, I guess, is still going.
I would say Big Bang Theory, but I guess you could go to the perspective of Leonard, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you had a spin-off of Sheldon.
Yeah. We should have a top 10 of like spin-offs. Or what spin-offs we would have liked from certain characters, from certain shows. Like you just mentioned, if we want to see a Penny spin-off.
Oh, that would have been good too, yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I have really. It just shows I wish we would have like followed the kids and see how they've grown up. Right, I would say King of the Hill, but they're bringing it back, so that would be one, but technically,
right.
That's one there. That's it though.
Okay, what about you, Chris?
It's not like I said, Big Bang Theory would be one. Mom would be another. Would you do a spin-off of 2.5 Men? I don't know.
I was thinking about that earlier with the kid and how, but it's like
he doesn't want to be in the spotlight anymore, though.
No, he doesn't. He's done for the most part.
Those are ones I could think of.
Okay.
Oh no. I was thinking with 8 Simple Rules, but they kind of did after what's his name died, but it had no more juice with it, I should say. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, my list is, I mean, you've got Friends. I wish that hadn't have ended. I mean, they have the reunion. I guess that's what it was, but I mean, that's it. Sons of Anarchy. I wish that wouldn't have ended. I said Stranger Things, and it's because of the fact that they're ending it with this season, which is supposed to come out this year. But, it's taken so long that they're not even going to have all the same characters as, season 4, which would make really no sense. But anyway, I wish it would have continued, sooner than what it's continuing. It's ending after this season. Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Girl Meets World. Now you're gonna probably laugh at me for saying this, but I had to say this because I wasn't Hannah Montana. And the only reason why I even watched that show was because of Billy Ray Cyrus. So, I didn't want it to end because I wanted to see Billy Ray Cyrus on there.
Liar.
Honestly, true. Honestly. And
you
then
just wanted to watch it for Miley.
no, it was Billy Ray. I liked him a lot. No. And then show from Netflix called La Brea or La Brea.
Good games.
That was a good show. Hardcore Pawn. That was
Careful.
a really
Careful, don't be like me.
I absolutely love that show. So it just sucks that they quit making
I'd be
it.
wasteful money for that. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, not like that. I'll just look through and be like, yeah, I'll take that. But then probably turn around the profit.
And then Charmed, the original, not the remake. I wish that
remake.
Not remix, remake.
No, I know, or the remake of the remake.
Oh, remake of the remake. But Charmed, Beavis and Butthead, because
they brought it back.
Well, they did, but
True.
it's a hit and miss at this point because Judge is kind of over it by now. Then I have a few honorable mentions. Jeff Foxworthy Show.
Yes.
That was only 2 seasons. It should have went longer.
Oh, I got one then.
Fifth grader?
No. Well, yeah, we need that now. The one with Chris Elliott. He had his own little show with his family. It only lasted, I think, a season. Get a Life. And Chris Elliott, he's been turned down so much. But that was one show. I watched it like one night or whatever. I kept watching the episodes. I really liked it. Then I realized it's over. Damn.
So, but yeah, the Jeff Foxworthy Show was amazing. They shouldn't have canceled it. But I guess the ratings were bad.
Wasn't Haley Joel Osment the son?
Yes.
Yep.
He was one of the sons for it. And then we have Roseanne.
Ooh.
It all ended in the eighth. I believe it was the 8th season. It all ended.
I thought it was longer. Wow.
No, it's like 8 or 9 seasons. So, but yeah, it shouldn't have ended like it did. It could have went on a little bit longer. And then of course they had to spin off the Connors, things like that. But the original Roseanne show, it sucked it ended. Mm-hmm. And then finally The Nanny.
I never watched that, but I can see why people liked it.
I mean, I enjoyed it just because I liked the guy in it. I thought he was pretty funny, but anyway, and that's pretty much, I mean, my list of that. But and then let's go ahead and move on. And while Chris is doing, he's busy at the moment, but we'll go ahead with you, James, if you have a list of Jeff Goldblum movies.
Yeah, I've always liked Jeff Goldblum, but I thought to myself one day, I was watching The Nanny, and I had to put it on mute, and I think you know why. She looked good, but
that's not her real voice, by the way.
I know. I love her real voice.
And my mom comments and says, "Beavis and Butthead, yes, mother. You know I like that show."
She probably stopped you from watching that back in the day.
Anyway, so Jeff Goldblum.
Oh man, there's one early one I'm trying to remember him in, where it was. Oh, he was in high school. I want to say. Oh God, what's the one where he was in high school?
I have no idea. I hadn't seen that.
I'm trying to remember. And it was weird because he looked like 25, but he was actually in this movie. Or I think it was in a movie. Anyway, of course, Jurassic Park. I think that's where we all know him from. I think my favorite of him that I like him in is probably Independence Day. You know, he's the I want to say doctor of the show or of the movie. I'm saying, I always like how he tries to escape the spaceship or whatever it was. I'm trying to find that one show or one movie, I should say. He was oh god, I can't remember it. I like him in those what do you call it? In those apartment.com commercials. I do like him in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Lost World, Chaos I oh no, that was a video game. Lost World, Independence Day, The Great White Hope. Oh yeah, he was I forget what he was. Oh, he was in Powder too. I love that movie. Excuse me. Yeah, I mentioned Jurassic Park. Deep Cover, he was good in that. Oh goodness. Earth Girls Are Easy. Okay, that one is trippy. You have to watch that if you're let's just say impaired. I really, really enjoy that movie. Oh goodness. Again, I'm trying to find that one. He was in Laverne and Shirley, that's right. I forget what he was a part of, but I think that's all the things I've seen him in. But again, he was in this high school one, but I can't remember what it was called. And then anything recent, I don't remember him in, honestly. I guess I haven't watched anything of his, so that's all of mine.
All right, that sounds like a good list. What about you, Chris? What did you like him in?
The only thing I could really think of was Jurassic Park. I've looked at the list of what he was at, and that's the only thing I can think of. And I'm trying to look up that movie you're talking about, James.
Yeah, I can't find it.
The Big Chill?
I don't know what that is.
I don't
And
know.
you know, in my mind, Jeff Goldblum is known of two things: Independence Day and Jurassic Park. So those are definitely
Independence Day, yeah.
Yeah, so those are the two top ones that I associate, him with. Then you have Man of the Year with Robin Williams, 9 Months, and The Fly. He was in. I do remember watching that movie, and he was in that. So, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of his movies, but he definitely is associated with Jurassic Park 1 and 2, and Independence Day. So, I mean, that's not much of a list, but it's still one. So, and then Chris, I'm going to go to you with this one.
Okay.
Your top 10 or less of Michelle Pfeiffer.
Hell yeah.
Like movies?
Yeah, the top 10 or less of the movies you like of Michelle Pfeiffer.
I would say, the 1992 Batman, Scarface. Let's see. Hairspray. That's all I can think of.
All right, yeah, and it's I mean my list isn't very big either because I've seen a few with Michelle Pfeiffer, but not a complete list. But mine is The Family. She was amazing in Dangerous Minds.
Yes.
I love that movie. Absolutely love it. And then Batman Returns, and the other one that she's real noticed about is Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, she did good in that movie, but I love Dangerous Minds. So and that's all that list. The last list that I came up with, it was supposed to be something else, and I changed it. Now it's Guns N' Roses. So, James.
Man, I'll be honest. I know just the hits. I don't know much of the albums, but of course, you see, one or two. No, God, one is "Welcome to the Jungle." Two is "Sweet Child of Mine." Three is "Paradise City." The only reason, though, I know it is they would play that whenever the Angels won games at home, and they really do that now. So I haven't heard that in forever.
That's bad when you're like, they haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, that's really bad. Knocking on Heaven's Door, November Rain. Jeez. After that, Sympathy of the Devil, that remake. And I swore they've done another remake, and I really liked it, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, Live and Let Die. I heard it one day. I was like,
wasn't that with the Beatles though?
Yeah. No, what do you call it? Paul McCartney with Wings. So it was Paul's like after the Beatles, but yeah, when I heard Guns N' Roses do that version, I was like, wow, okay. So those are honestly the only ones I know, and the ones I will listen to, because the other ones I have no idea about.
Oh, that's a good list, and my list is pretty much the same thing as yours.
I think all of ours is.
Yeah, I like GNR, I do, but I've never actually gone out and owned Guns N' Roses CD or record or tape, or depending on how far back in years you want to go. I do have Spotify, and I have a list of the actual hits from GNR. But I mean, it's like what you said. Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, Knock on Heaven's Door. I mean, and even Live and Let Die. But my absolute number one favorite from them, though, and I'm going to say this, is November Rain. Because I mean, if you watch the video for it, you and listen to the song, it's a little heart wrenching, but it is my absolute number one favorite song from them, alongside with Sweet Child of Mine. So, yeah, and that's pretty much my list. I mean, is that the same as yours, Chris?
Pretty much, yeah. But I would say my number one would probably be Welcome to the Jungle.
What would your number one be, James?
Welcome to the Jungle.
Wow, so I'm alone with November Rain. That's fine. But anyway, that's all I've got today. Does anybody have anything else? I mean, I didn't really expect James to be on tonight, but it's good to see him on. And
yeah, I can go back and I think you talked about Married with Children, right? The Where Are They Now segment. Yes. What's odd? The other night, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead was on, and that had Christina Applegate in it, and I love that movie. And I can't think of her name. It's funny as heck. Especially, yeah, this version I saw was awesome. But yeah, I can only wish Christina the best. I know she's going through her disease right now, and I don't know what's going on with Bud Bundy, or I forget what what was his name? David Faustino.
Yeah, David Faustino. I mean,
yeah,
it's like I said, he's still acting. He DJs on a radio station.
I didn't know that. Wow.
But I mean, yeah, he's still doing a lot of voiceovers. I mean, you'd have to Google it. I didn't write down what movies he does voiceovers for, but Yeah, so he's still out there doing his thing. I mean,
And then what was it about Ed O'Neill? I haven't seen him do anything recently except a FX show about the LA Clippers.
he was on Modern Family too.
Yeah, like other from those two things, I haven't seen him anything else.
But
But it's funny, you can't even like see him without thinking just Al Bundy. He's in Wayne's World as the running the restaurant, or not. Well, I don't know if he's running the restaurant, but he's in that, and then he's in other stuff too. And then Katie Seagal, I think she had a birthday recently, but I saw her, I think, in Sons of Anarchy, but I can't remember her in anything else recently. But it's a show that I know that was real raunchy, at the end. But it's just funny how Married with Children, that show started off like really, I guess not as raunchy, with Marcy's husband being real clean cut, and then once he left, it all went haywire. You mentioned Jimmy Carter's death. I only knew him from, the Houses for Humanity, I think his charity was. He'd be out there building houses at his age. He had, I think, a southern drawl.
It's Habitat for Humanity.
That's it. Yeah, Habitat for Humanity. So what did H houses? But I just one thing I noticed, I think today, was it today or yesterday? All the reels I've seen of the former presidents getting together, or at least some of them talking to others.
Yeah, I saw
about
that.
Jimmy Carter.
I saw that like yesterday, I think.
I think it was yesterday.
It was yesterday, his funeral. Yes.
I just think it's great. Like even in that horrible profession, one of them die and everybody's there. Like it's like nothing's going on. And you could tell he was really loved by a lot of people. He's really a nice person, from what I could tell.
And here's the thing is, I was actually sitting at work because I had no idea. I had no idea he passed away or anything like that. And I'm sitting at work, and a coworker tells me, he's like, yeah, he says, so flags are half mass or half staff today. I'm like, why? What's going on? Trying to think about, okay, what's the date? There's nothing really that happened, things like that. And then all of a sudden, he goes and says, yeah, Jimmy Carter's funeral is today. And I'm like, wait, what? He died? So that's why I looked it up and found out that's why it was half staff today.
I always look at that for the flags to see if people are paying attention or not. And I guess one more thing I want to bring up, of course, is why I'm wearing this shirt. What has been going on in Southern California, let's just say. Yeah. A lot of celebrities have lost. I know this is entertainment hour, so it'd be good to bring that up. A lot of celebrities have lost their homes in Pacific Palisades. Paris Hilton comes to mind. I think Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Mel Gibson in Malibu, Spencer Pratt. Like as much as I hated Heidi and Spencer, I didn't wish that on nobody.
I mean, they're good for reality TV, but I mean,
yeah, it's like now they're just cool people, and you don't wish them anything like this. It's awful. Sir Anthony Hopkins had his house destroyed. The Lakers coach JJ Redick did. But it's been great to see. Yeah, as Gene, your mom mentions that Carter was 100 years old, and I want to say Chevy Chase played him on SNL in those first days. I have to look that up, but you've seen a lot of people reach out. Like Wolfgang Puck has provided meals for the first responders in Beverly Hills. What else? Jeff Bridges lost his home there, and I just saw him recently in something. But Steve Guttenberg, he was helping out people. And what was bad, the KTLA-5 news reporter on the scene didn't know who he was. He hasn't been in anything in so long, but you know who that is. It's like That's the dude from
Maybe
Police
there-
Academy.
Maybe you didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Jamie Lee Curtis has donated $1 million to the funds, but Billy Crystal, John Goodman, and Eugene Levy, 3 great people, lost their homes. Fergie's house was surrounded by flames. I'm not sure what happened with that. Soap star Cameron Matheson's home burned. As I mentioned, Paris Hilton there. And this is the first people I heard that lost their homes was Anna Faris, Adam Brody, and Leaton Meester lost their homes in the fires as well. And I know we're talking celebrities, but Whitney Cummings also helped out evacuate animals and horses, which you don't really think about. But you got families there, and then you have animals there. And then Ben Affleck raced over to Jennifer Gardner's house during the fire to get away. That's kind of awkward, huh? You have nowhere to go, but you have their number, and that's your only, shelter you can find. Reese Witherspoon and Tom Hanks also lost their homes. So I think they did, or it was close. But anyway, it was such a small area, but the way that the winds blew, whatever the case was, just destroyed a great part of the area, and it looks like a war zone. I know I've been watching the news ever since Monday, I think it was. I've been watching the news nonstop in Los Angeles on YouTube, and it's just amazing. But I just want to thank the firefighters. I want to thank, not the government, definitely not the government or the officials in power, but just the firefighters, and then also the residents, because there's other places in LA that were on fire, and they were helping each other out. They had the water going somehow from wherever they could find it. Just heroics from people that you don't know that we're finding out from. And I just want to thank those people, but definitely not the people in charge. But it's just been a weird time hearing all these celebrities lose their homes, and you hear about other people, regular people, not having insurance because it was taken away from them somehow. Kind of put 2 and 2 together. It's kind of weird.
Right.
Yeah, that was ridiculous too. I'm just throwing that out there. State Farm Insurance is the one that pulled millions of homes off the insurance because of it.
And it was in the area, and it's like, wait, something's wrong with that.
I disagree with what they did, and I'm kind of glad I left them as an insurance provider, because that's wrong. That's cruel. It's wrong, and it's ridiculous. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that.
That's all I know too. The fire was spreading to like historical,
Oh yeah, the Getty Museum, which had a bunch of art, and then there was a Getty Villa, which I didn't even know about. That also had a bunch of art there, but somehow those places were preserved. But it was right in the danger zone, pretty much.
You also had like the Rose Bowl in danger.
Yeah.
The Coliseum, LA Coliseum, where the
well, no, that wasn't. That was it's further from there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was heading that direction. Maybe it wasn't like going to be impacted, but it was heading that direction.
Oh, there was one more story too. Aubrey Plaza lost her husband. That came out of nowhere, and she's distraught about it. I want to know further what was going on, but his name was Jeff Baina, and I didn't even know his name or whatever. But it was that was shocking to hear, because Aubrey is just tremendous in all of her roles. So I know she's going through a lot. I don't know if she has a home in wherever area, but that was also shocking too. So a lot has happened just this week from all of what's going on in Southern California, honestly.
Yeah, a lot is definitely going on, especially this week. And I mean, well, I guess we're past that hour mark though, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and close this down. Chris, do you have anything else?
Yeah.
To say?
So thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. We'll be back from morning tailgate on Sunday. But then also we talked about at the beginning of the show a little bit. An interview at 1 p.m. Central with the
St. Paul Bears.
Yeah, arena football team going to start up this fall. We're going to have an interview with the head coach. So stay tuned for that this week.
All right, thank you, Chris, and then James.
Yeah, check out that interview there with Cody Humdahl, and morning tailgate. You said on Sunday, Chris?
Yeah,
Is there a certain time?
I think the usual.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to know because I know the football games start tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we can recap and preview the other ones. By the way, that's another thing too. The Rams had to move their playoff game from the LA area to Arizona. So we'll talk about that because that game's luckily on Monday. And the Arizona Cardinals, by the way, flew their 2 big planes over to LA to bring all the Rams and their family and their animals to Arizona. So good on the Arizona Cardinals.
All right.
Division rivals helping
out.
Oh, thank you, James. And yeah, again, I just want to thank everybody for watching and commenting. I mean, I know Brandon commented at the beginning. My mom commented. My other half commented a couple times. So I thank her for that. Prayers and thoughts to everybody down there in California right now going through all this. So other than that, I hope everybody has a good weekend and a good night, and peace out all.